and perhaps this is, but the KO looked okay. So we'll see how the breach works. Perhaps an idea to challenge that roll issue that he was having last time. Bit of a shaky performance. KC, defensive side, already hearing a lot of noise coming towards this A side, and a big dive going in. Levin even steps into that. He's 47 HP as the salvo hasn't rooted him from sight, and he ends up with one. Good damage done as well. Still a good chance when it comes to the retake with KC fully grouped up as well. They might be able to isolate this low HP on some players. Wayne, though, has a paranoia that could change this fight.
Yeah, he's set up nicely. Pop flash on the other side. There is the paranoia back in response. It's worked out perfectly. He's just been wallbanged by Classic, and Dosia just taking over the round, leaving it down to just one. But that one is the deadliest. Not this time. It's Dosia, new man on the block, already taken over in the pistol.
Yeah, completely holding the push, but then you throw a cat amongst the pigeons, and my goodness, it came plummeting down. An incredible performance to start this off, and for KC, a 1-0 start to their defensive side. I think that confidence is going to be a big deal for them, because I can see Liquid snowballing.
Known quantity, especially coming into the Tier 1, his debut for the squad. And while there is Miniboo, he's already taken down Dosia, the hero of the last round. How much more can they hope to get to that? Because he's just got a Bulldog from that.
Yeah, the funny thing is they hit 3 players with a paranoia. It looked like that play was dead in the water, but Miniboo's gone for an audacious dive in, and a huge reward as a result. They're already through the smoke, but Aves was there waiting. The kills come back in favor of KC, but they don't stay that way for long. The problem is that Nats only has a Classic, and on range, he is not going to be very helpful here. It's got to be Miniboo to do that damage, to take down at least a player, give Nats a chance in this clutch. Time is ticking, but KC have already made it out to Rafters. They're about to get towards that spike, and Miniboo, his biggest challenge around that corner. It's Levin down. Low HP on Sugetsu with 49 just below. He's up top and clinging on for dear life. KC, in a round that should have been easy, it comes down to a hair's width on the clock, but by 0.25 of a second, they will get it across the line.
He worried that second click might have been enough for them to run out of time, but it was just enough to get it over the line. Definitely not a particularly good second round for KC. You kind of hope those are nice and clean, not coming down to Sugetsu to have to clutch it out at the end. And well, is the major danger. Like, you got to watch out for him. He's always good with a single shot to the head weapon. We do have a couple of players in the right place at the right time. Aves as well. He had some solid maps in their last series, but
30 seconds left.
With only a Spectre here, I don't expect that.
Liquid were stopped, but the rotations didn't really come in.
Good flash.
KC still have a disadvantage in terms of the numbers, but that doesn't last long. Doja does well with the Bandit, and the jump in from Wayne completely sells him. It's a 2 versus 4 with 12 seconds left. The plant needed, the site not taken, 2 players covering the cross, and the flank coming in from Sugetsu. There is no way out for Team Liquid, and after a very shaky start in that second round, a remarkable beginning to this match.
That is not what I expect to see. Aves does fantastic work. Like, his flash for starters,
his knife
is
before.
Superb, but then also just the timing of the swing out. It really is. That's a painful one. Because I said, going into the round, I think if they lose more than 2, we'll see. There's still belief on the Liquid side. Maybe they can make this work.
And the stinger of all things, a little strange. Purpo's gone. He's off the map. He's fallen down. He went quite far out as well. But,
special stun off the map?
Yeah, it's a lineup.
He needed the angle.
It's a lineup for a flash, I guess, through the floor. Lovely. They'll never see it coming.
Spike planted.
They'll never see you going. But look, having a player jump off, you're still in the 4 versus 4. There's some real promise, but his stunned up Aves still good to land that first shot. Levin onto Wayne. Cam. Oh, that's a lot of damage! He's left it down to Levin! And he will take it, giving up no inch, no ground, and finally a round on the board for Team Liquid. What was that? Oh no.
This isn't the replay I wanted.
Oh, that's not even his fault. Oh, that's tough.
Now we get to the yeah, there we go. The positive part of the replay, where Camo just absolutely obliterated everybody.
All of them up.
Was that one where I sort of expect some changes?
Yeah. But yeah, it shouldn't need much. And I also think that from form, at least, Na'Vi have looked like a a better squad so far, although Liquid only took the defeat to Vitality. With many put as one of the favorites for this one. Already though, an opening in their favor. SMG working out again for Purple. In fact, the only round they've won has been off the back of a stinger. Unfortunately, they're now walking into Aves, who really hasn't missed much of the beat so far.
30 seconds left.
Knife will catch both. That's all utility gone, and with the amount of time left. And again, these A-site holds have been massively unsuccessful so far. The retakes from KC have been superb.
I like the discipline here from KC, from Aves in particular. Gets to, waits for his teammates. Quick flash, pop down, the swing, flash. Beautiful. A third kill already for the man leading the charge. Now the defuse comes in, Nats cannot, oh, he's gonna try it. He's gonna drop down. He's actually pulled them off it for a moment, but we're running low on ammo in those clips. 7-1 now for KC. Really looks like there's not a lot of problems on that defense, and well, Liquid are taking note of that. They called a timeout.
Few misses here and there. But yeah, but Dosia was one of those players, as I said, super excited to see him come into this team. I think they had one split with
100 meters. Oh my goodness. Anyways, Dosia's, he's done remarkably well in this game. So far, 11. He's picking him with the off this time. He comes in with the outlaw and goes back in for more. 11.
Down A.
He's still getting the ace.
Off the map. The only way to deny the ace, it seems. Oh, these rounds, it's like they're rolling fake dice, bro. This is loaded. That's unbelievable.
How did Wayne...
Spike down
Oh
A.
no.
What are you doing?
Crazy.
What the?
Oh dear.
Hold on, real quick. Wayne, what a good teammate. I mean, he's so...
Is up. Well, look at the positive. Miniboo is almost dead.
He hit that.
Where is, like, I'm just watching Lemon updraft over the top of the smoke. And he's managed to then finish off Miniboo. I'm not even sure I want to know how. I guess the smoke faded and he was still just peeking the angle. But they have managed to trade it back. Wayne is also almost dead. And Dosia has already got them info outside. It's again just so slow from the side of Liquid. It almost feels like at times they're playing a little bit scared. They're expecting aggression, and there has been a lot of aggression. In fact, I was going to say this would be a weird angle to play with an operator, but Lemon clearly had a spare gun, maybe off the corpse of Shados, and is now in the corner. They're going to flash. They have to clear this. They have to clear this! They've been aggressive every single round. What is going on? And now he has the chance to finish what he started, unless Wayne's going off the side of the map again. It's 8 kills. Still on. A chance for 9 kills in 2 rounds. It's not going to happen, but it doesn't matter. 11-1. Men against boys. KC, this is a completely different squad to what we saw just the other day.
You're going to be the squad to write a book on how to ruin someone's perfect day. Team Liquid came in maybe as favorites in a lot of people's minds. They've got the firepower, but no shots landing. KC 11-1. The second half will be coming up, and you know what? You better not go anywhere. It might not be long after this. On A.
The spike's not committed either
Should
way.
be B late. They're making too much noise on A.
Nice shot from Miniboo. He's taking a little bit of damage in response. Sugetsu's been spotted jumping over though. That might just be enough to seal the deal of the rotation.
30 seconds left.
Trying to take that additional space. Has support coming in from Dosia, and the spike coming with him. A little bit slow to react. Maybe just focused on the utility he was putting out, but he has fought the space. The rest of the players are only just making it here, and that spike is now getting onto the cross.
Headbutt the nade.
Just block
fine,
it.
but duh. Plant has come through. Now the retake with weaker weapons. Dosia, surprisingly, giving them a chance up close, being embedded like this. Especially with the plant being back from main. It is a problem. Camel's able to catch them off guard of the first fight. He gets there, but a little bit too late. Purpo alone, one shot onto Shados. Would put a 1v1 on the board, but Dosia doesn't let him anywhere near him. 13-2. I mean, looking at KC play this game,
this would have to be one of the most impressive Bucky plays we've ever seen, and that includes Mr. Farland last year. Stuck in the smoke, he'll get one. And his teammates are nowhere to be seen. They were all pushing down the ramp on the other side of the map, looking for information, maybe hoping they'd run into a player. Instead,
And we saw Miniboo, the one to pick up that plant and the orb as a result. Showstopper's online, which just means in terms of safety nets, that was the rifle. In terms of safety nets, so much more there for Liquid to fall back on. Nade is thrown in perfectly as well. I mean, that just completely segmented in defense on their way through, and they have made that look easy peasy with 3 struggled to find an open duel for the most part.
Yeah, I think for Camo, he's probably just happy to have something to do. Those are his first 2 kills the last 2 of the round. He's not really needed. Like, normally you have the, okay, we've got this double duelist, we get a 1-2 punch. You go in, and then you're going to get shot in the face because you're flying through the air a million miles an hour.
For now, the attackers give them none. It's going to have to be the retake.
On the last map, this was where they were thriving. Their retakes were fantastic. They've got the divide to try and section things out. He's going aggressive, gets caught. Shados looking after his duelist, will give them that man advantage. Pop flash down, leaves a couple blind, but Purpo dodged it, can't get anything more. Shados with another multi-frag, but it's now left on to, well, the man you'd want. The problem is, they were defusing, and he hasn't been able to stop them.
AC heating up, and Shados, the man who, by the way, it was split. It was his Sky that looked abysmal last week. He really struggled to get anything done. He was being bested consistently, and now, I think it was actually, if I'm not mistaken, yeah, it was. It was Xiao who was shutting him down.
At 11 with his... Okay, here we go. I was expecting maybe for a retake, but no, he's going to use the Convergence path now. I don't know if anybody's really been caught by this, though.
I'm not sure about this one. And they go 1 by 1 into the angle after.
Closed.
Oh, I really don't like what I just saw. For KC, they have overheated. They have really overheated. And I guess they thought that Team Liquid were further up mid than they were, assuming they were taking the space to fight, when in fact they were still back far, so they could very easily avoid that ulti. Doja, you know what? Just end the game now if he wins that one. The solution was kind of just to punish a very brazen play by their opposition.
I can understand it. Like, you heard the ult side listed out, like Dimensional Drift and that Viper's Pit. You know that if your opponent's getting to a post spawn, it's going to be very, very difficult. So you try a risky play.
Just a little smoke on one side there, Tom. Just the only
no one lived by that mantra.
All my rank teammates do.
GP up top. Showstopper used in slow motion. Oh dear. Oh, Miniboo can make it past. He can get past. And oh, there you go. He's found Dosia. He's also died. But hey, it's worked out. And they have a man advantage already. 2 down. 11. There's the double. But the trade back, Purpo just keeps spraying the same angle. And Aves ends up walking into it. Shados the only one left. A 1 versus 2. He's definitely had his moments in this game. But in a post plant with Wayne and Purpo,
Spike planted.
I think there'd need to be a bit of a mistake. He's still got both flashes online. He's heard Purpo. He knows exactly where the first one is. His teammate's a little bit further away, and he will clear it out. There's that little bit of Shados magic. He didn't even need the util, just pure skill.
Red Bull clutch. They're back on the map and back 2 rounds away from Team Liquid. After a strong start, Liquid cooled off. Now KC are catching up. Let's see the end of this story. If it's on split or breeze will be decided after the break. From Shados to get them into heaven. But now they've got to get onto site. I know smokes are going to fade towards the spawn. I'm not sure how much time is left on them. Purpo and Camo have gone down. Purpo was through the smoke. That was just a straight spam, possibly a run and gun. And now a 5v3. This looked like such a difficult scenario for KC to get boots on the ground, spike planted. But now it should be a formality. Liquid need a hero to step up to the plate, or a mistake to be made, and it's them making the mistake. A reload alone. It's easily punished by Sagetsu, and even with that return, 2v4 is too much.
Yeah, they've got the credits to play with if they wanted to try and make this one nice and costly, but you can see Wayne has already ducked away.
I like it.
Nats probably realizing that, okay, they could have actually had some Bevan control, so just making sure that when he does get out of here, it's by the last second. Oh, that's gorgeous, though. Almost takes down the entirety of that KC roster. Eventually
to save. Nats isn't staying behind by accident. Yeah, it was run and gun, exactly. Nats wasn't staying behind by accident. He knew that if they are allowed to save 4 weapons, then they get that little bit of economy boost. Then they can lose around and still buy back up, but we've got to beat him twice. Well, why not take that fight?
Yeah, great. Cosmic Divide. Good for a retake, but they haven't really had too many of those! Sugetsu!
Your trail.
A solo push, and now, well, the Seekers are going to go out and realize that there wasn't really much else here. Camo has managed to TP in towards the backside. Rotation coming through as well from Miniboo.
There's another.
There's also a lurk on the other side of the map from Dosia. And maybe hearing some of the steps. The thing is, the steps were kind of fake. Well, literally, it was the fake out that was sent through with Camo that they might have heard. That might just sell a ruse that ends up causing them more problems than it does saving them. It just depends on what direction Miniboo goes in. He's still got the paint shells, but he's expecting maybe now that this is A, especially with the flashes coming through on that side of the map. Wayne has got everything to do.
Oh, they've spotted him. The stun landed as well. Wayne's hindered. He makes himself a bit of a hindrance.
It's a flank.
Miniboo has a bit of time. Wayne survived that second or two longer, and that might be what gets him this pick. Shados and Doja.
Grenade.
Shados is on the ramp. The flank of the flanker, Doja, now just has to stay alive. Doja just has to buy time, and Shados should have a freebie up against Nats calling on the other side. He's giving him a taste of his own medicine. Oh, no way! They suspected it! Nats called it, perhaps. He's playing my own game for the defense. Just in the nick of time, Liquid have saved themselves from what could have been a real headache.
I can only assume it was issue like, well, we've checked everything else. We've looked everywhere else.
And why is he not helping his teammate?
Why is he not playing on the cross? There's only one place left he can be. And oh, he was so close to killing off Miniboo as well. Well, avidly this time.
Flash Shados.
Jump down. There's the flash. Still got the information. Purpo's on the angle. There isn't a push coming from the other side, but it doesn't matter. Aviz, well, even better.
30
nice work
seconds
from
left.
Miniboo. And in fact, they're starting to bring this one back. Miniboo found a second. Now it's all falling apart. They're actually going to clutch this one out. It might have only been pistols, but even still, impressive stuff from Liquid to recover from what was a horrific scenario.
2 opening duels, and they isolate your third player with 5 surrounding him. Yeah, they did incredibly well to get out of that situation. The fact that a flash from Shados had popped on top ramp, and Aves still was holding that, was still clearing it, you'd think that if he dodged it, he was behind the box. Not that he was cooked in on that wall, but
Let's go, boys! Keep this shit up.
luckily they realized in time the danger that was presented to them. 3 rounds in it. A hell of a lot of utility as well. This is what I said earlier on. It feels like sometimes KC, especially on split, they play this game so slow, and we saw it. At
Nightfall now.
30 seconds left.
One of the first convincing rounds they got
Taking that back.
in their last matchup was exactly like this. They played so late. They had 20 seconds left when they pushed into the A site. They were facing off against utility. In fact, there were already 3 players here, and they managed to win it. This time, KC have an ultimate to work with, but there's so many players here. The rotation's already coming through. Nats is going to be alongside Camo in the reinforcements. Miniboo's found 2, and in goes the rocket to seal in a third. Nade as time runs out, and the late lurk of Doja, well, it's going to be coming through by the time map 3 starts. We are all the way onto Breeze, a 3rd map in this series after a 13-2 decimation by KC on Abyss. Liquid bounce back on their map pick.
They've got.
Yeah, trying to avoid some rigidity and come in with a little bit more of a fluid approach for KC early on. They've already lost Doja. The aggression from KC continues, though. That flash through the Viper wall, almost playing as a counter. And that's worked wonderfully to draw their eye in that direction of mid, allowing Shados to thread the needle and get in there for a clean 1-tap onto Wayne. A 3v3 with Levin on backside thanks to a gate crash could cause problems, but Liquid are quickly avoiding that retake from spawn and from mid. They're pushing up, wrapping around behind, and the timing here could be everything, but I think they've just missed their window.
Oh, just going to catch out Avis. Still don't know where Levin is. That will at least put a freebie back. He's going to swing back into middle, but
1 enemy remaining.
The remainder of Nats. That's the problem. Nats sneaking up on him. A beautiful tap. Will at least turn it into the 1v1. Camo on the cross and Levin. Whoa! It was a quiet previous map, but a Red Bull clutch to kick off this one. Insane taps from the Turkish duelist.
At the desk requesting map 1 versus map 2 stats, and he said, oh, okay. All right, you think I underperformed?
1 enemy.
Map 3.
Yeah, it's going to be one hell of a stats graphic. Unreal start from Levin. The man who we know has that ceiling, has that potential, and he's delivering it here for KC's pistol.
Guy can deliver an early snakebite shot dart combo. Oh, not far away, and the flash alongside it, well, it was actually the fake out, has helped them a little
down
bit.
B.
Aves low, just about going to make it around the corner. He can heal himself up at least a bit.
Gap. The only gap on the map, and they've exploited it.
Two of them are low.
Could be a double. The players are so low. Aves, he's down to one, and he will be
Remaining.
dropped by Wayne.
Spike
The double's
down
got the
B.
weapons. And Levin, well, big round in the previous. He got his 3K.
Taking it to the site at this stage, if he was to get the kill, seems impossible.
10
Part of me
seconds
thinks that
left.
even just holding onto the gun might be worth it, but he wants to try and at least remove from the opponents, but Purpo is very ready on the trade. A Thrifty and Liquid are right back in the map.
Just in case it was a gate crash, and he was going to pick up the spike, TP, and grab that plant in the end. Never going to be allowed
One
for
enemy
Liquid.
remaining.
I think this entire round is making the best of a bad situation. It starts with the utility we see.
Never extend too much, still has teammates here to support. A plant may be possible, but there's so many defenders already on this side of the map. There is Aves, I said it! This guy with the Sheriff is just a different beast, and now he will pop the ult. Does he check the angle? Yes, he does! Aves on a tear! He didn't even need to run it back to take over this round, and now even just picks up a rifle. We're going back and forth, Mitch.
Spike planted.
Certainly seems like good shade. Us almost dropped low HP on 3 players. This round still isn't won just yet. Even that snake bite poses a threat.
One enemy
Swing through the
remaining.
smoke though. Oh,
Let's make it 5. Cora, let's make it 5.
It's spotted, it's seen, it's dealt with. Round in embarrassing fashion, and well, I'm not sure if it was the pause there that gave Aves the ability to do this.
No.
The guy is cracked.
He's got to have some of the best first bullet accuracy of anybody in the league. Because some of those, you kind of watch rounds like that, and like the one before you got, still, they managed to get it into a post plant. The trade out did come through. To get too aggressive has been spotted out and revealed. They're also being flanked on, but it seems like it's something that Shados is keeping in the back of his mind, something they're checking, and that time is starting to tick again. They need to get a move on the Liquid side, otherwise even with the comedy in the middle, they might still be losing this round. In fact, Sugetsu takes over. All is forgotten, all is forgiven. KC have the round.
A 4th on the board. And as I said, for Liquid, it was a great opportunity, and it started out with a 2-to-1 trade, then a Hunter's Fury thrown in, and Levin, Uran! He didn't even react. He didn't even react. He just looks at the screen like, yep, that's what should have happened. That's the expected outcome.
Something as well, though, so I think we're going into a Liquid timeout. Second round eco. You'd expect them to have a little bit more on the board.
Big aggression from KC. They're going straight into the window. That smoke's completely blocked. That's out, but Purple! He got 2 anyways. He read the play, and that's given them more than a chance. Miniboo's got an ult, and he's using it like a shotgun. He's out of there now.
Spike
An
down,
absolutely
big.
ludicrous round to start, but the trade is there. The op is dropped, and the Blade Storm from Purpo, the one real bastion of hope. Nats pushed up to get a rifle, but he's on the B site, miles away. As the plant seems sure to come through, and Purpo, sure, a blade to the head will drop them, but he is so low himself that a body shot will do the same. So it all comes down to this next fight. Liquid have the man advantage, doubled up on for now, but an isolated duel gives Levin a backside control and a 2v3 for the squad. They just checked it. They just checked Bane, and now at least they've seen some info to play with.
That was sort of the snake in the grass. Levin, he's going to go pushing. Is going to make it round the corner as well. May already spot players looking to come back in from behind, but there is that cosmic divide. Almost allows him just a little bit of a pocket of space to try and play around. It seems like there's a decent idea, maybe.
He won't check the
From
right.
Wayne. In fact, does he check the corner? No, he doesn't.
Remaining.
Falling back was smart. Leaves it onto Sugetsu. He could have gone anywhere from here. They've still got so many angles to check, but he might be in the most common of them all, the back corner of the site. As that divide will now fade. Liquid have decided to play with that time first through. Second as well for Sugetsu. These are the moments where he finds his prime. Already just going to take his time to utilize that grab well, buying extra on the clock, and now just plays with his food. He will go down in the end, but it does not matter. Sugetsu, a clutch master all these years, and he will keep it going with a Red Bull clutch.
He is in that corner. The Cosmic Divide is up. They could be and should be seconds, milliseconds away from breaking through that wall, and he takes that split second. I don't even know if we'll see it in the replay, to pop down a star at his feet and a star further back. He blooms that smoke, he pulls back the other, and it's online. One left, just in time for him to swing in with tucked in backside. Not even spammable right now. Taking their time, waiting for smokes to be online. No mistakes tolerated on the side of KC. The discipline, even smoking off main here, they're covering all their bases. The swing comes in together. Doja being the recon,
30
clearing
seconds
it out,
left.
knowing he's dead if he takes contact. But he'll trade that out for the information.
Spike
Be very
planted.
valuable in this post plant with a ultimate.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Go from the shadows to wherever he wants.
That's what I was going to say. Does he just go for info? Yes, he does. Where's he going? Oh, no! Oh, he's now the only one left! He's at the stick in! Popo's caught him while flying through the air with a classic. That's about as badly as that could have gone in the end, but for Liquid, squad for KC, it is very funny that since the pause, they have lost 2 of the 3 rounds after winning 6 in a row.
It is a mini comedy in and of itself. The things that did work for them before. That's ridiculous. Just playing back. Pacing's a big issue if they get it wrong. There's the snake bite, but the spams, they don't land. And Abez now will be able to lead the charge.
Oh, dear.
That complicates things a little bit. No one can follow up on that, and the grab world delays it. 25
That's a lot of
now,
damage.
and a huge amount of damage done. KC, they need to go.
Oh, he's just blinded everyone, and then a double kill with a shock dart. Things are finally coming up. Liquid Camo will be there to shut them down. And well, it's a late resurgence after an opponent's tactical pause. Helps them get 3 of the last 4 rounds.
Until the claws came out, Team Liquid down. They're on a comeback. Oh no. It's time to see how this story finally ends. Half 2 of Breeze after the break.
Bracket 0-2, which, as you mentioned earlier, 6 games needed in a row, and already KC looked to start off with a bang. I don't know how Abez survived as long as he did, but Liquid come out on top.
Yeah, it's a good response by Purpo to instantly put down that cloud burst, blocking out a lot of the vision. I don't think it saved anybody from being blind, but it certainly stopped them from being executed on that big swing. The advantage, though, not quite as convincing as it seems when you look at the HP bars. More guns pointed at the defense than vice versa, but a few shots landed could very quickly turn this into a KC-favored round, and it's the last thing you want if you're Team Liquid. Man advantage for Liquid. We've been here before.
Been here before a lot. I'd say we've been here most of the time. But B site is completely open. The worry is that KC are now encroaching on their position again. A nice shot from Dosi, who's been very good in pistol round. And yeah, that's the spike. Just about going to make it out of there. And that now switches the play towards the A site.
Wilson, he might be walking in here to just one player. 3 guns against 1. Now if it's Miniboo as well, 29 HP. Shock dart. No, it's a reveal, pardon. Shados is all out of shocks, thank God for Miniboo. He already took quite a bit of damage off the first one. They're inside the smoke. The defuse is underway. The spam is coming through, but oh, just before half. They haven't quite made it there. Much more time in play for Team Liquid, and the kills keep on coming their way. Miniboo's triple locks it in as Team Liquid and KC.
Yeah, this is where expectations start to close that gap a little bit. Like, we've sort of been making jokes about all the 3v5s, but it proves that Liquid were in an awful lot of advantages. A lot of the time it was the spike that ended up doing the work in favor of KC. As you can see for Miniboo, you know, they know how much. Very aggressive start to the round. Abez under some serious pressure, and in fact even tries to go back in for a further fight. They didn't even realize that Miniboo managed to get behind them. It's already the man advantage. The difference I fear, though, is that the man advantage is when you're the one getting into the post plant. It helps you out a lot. When you're the ones having to retake, the time has been against them. And that's where we're seeing Liquid able to get the rounds over the line. It's at least a decent response from Levin with the aggression into mid, though.
Relatively even when it comes to HP at the moment, but look at the info, look at the ults already used by Levin to clear B completely. Now on A, you know that's where the hit's coming through. I'm not that low, so you can't necessarily deny that diffuse off the Hunter's Fury alone, but you can certainly create some opportunities. As they look to push through, it's all about when the Hunter's Fury goes down. If they decide to commit it, which of course they will. And to start the grab well on top of it, I love that, but they won't find tags.
Nothing.
That's good early planning by Liquid, who were ready to avoid it.
Set themselves up
30
nicely.
seconds left.
Purpo, he's been good, but even he on 37 HP will look to try and reposition. Cosmic Divide down. It's going to give them a lot of space, a lot quicker than if they were slowly walking across that site. Create a gap or two, but never mind. Through the gap goes Camo. To get to, he's actually got a judge. That's why you're seeing him use the classic to try and thin out some of those gaps, but he doesn't know there's a man behind him, and he didn't even find the man in front. Wayne will be there, equalizing things 9-9, and from what was a deficit with a lot of blips, they're now back level.
I mean, this game could be over already, Tom. We're being honest. Team Liquid, they had 3 in a row, 3v5s with the advantage. Think about that, even just one round following up on the back of that.
No, they also
good job,
around
good job, guys, good job.
Yes. Yeah, to Avez with a 3K early finish of 13-9, a chance with 5 ultimates this round for KC. One that they really want to find. They put their credits into it. They're playing aggressive, finding that spark yet again. That's Sugetsu steals away the advantage. It's onto the backside for Miniboo. An attempt to recover, but it may remain as just that 6 bullets left. Magazine running dry, and finally, so too do his chances, but with 12 seconds, a plant is needed, and Levin's up top denying it.
10 seconds
No
left.
chance for Miniboo now. Double digits for both, neck and neck, a one-sided game again.
I swear every kill that Sugetsu has got has been insanely impactful. Like I said, if you were looking at the scoreboard, you would say he's had a bad game.
It was 11 and 7. I thought it was bad, but 11 and 17.
Yeah, and he just got 3 more.
3K.
So, it's been a struggle for KC. Finding individual rounds has been possible, but anything more has been rough. That's a good start, though. Nats, gone. Definitely the man you want to see hit the floor first. And Dosia, well, he barely peaked, but he still managed to find another. Looking like we'll be going the distance unless there's a 3v5 on the other side, and Wayne has done well. Miniboo's got so far. And because of that, they've just been surrounded, leaving it down to just 2. Again, we were talking about these rounds, like holding on to advantages. Now it's KC's turn to let it slip.
Oh, nice shot by Avez. That second lease of life is given an opportunity. Flash through, 11 HP on Sugetsu. Now we look to Avez. He's been the hero of so many rounds before, but this...
Time to jump.
It should be too great a task. The time running low. As you said, no flash, so he has to wait for the Cosmic Divide to fade as the clock keeps on ticking. The sand leaving the top of the hourglass, and it's going to be a smoke. Never mind, a Gravwell on site. I thought to pull back into a swing, but he still had Gravwell to play with a stun into a pullback, and oh, just decimation. It looked like the time was so desperately low, though. It's going to come down to a fine margin indeed, and in the end, Team Liquid, from the depths of defeat, they have climbed all the way back to take the series. Considering how this started, Tom, not just this map, but this series as well, you gotta really give them a round of applause for the resilience they've shown down there today.
Oh no,